Fear is not your enemy, it's your most powerful teacher. The things that terrify you, the challenges that make you hesitate, the doubts that whisper you're not good enough, those are the exact battles you must fight. Because on the other side of fear is the strongest version of yourself. Most people spend their lives running from discomfort, avoiding risk, and settling for mediocrity. Because they're too afraid to face the truth. Greatness demands pain. But you're different. You understand that fear is nothing more than a test, an obstacle the universe puts in your path to see if you're truly worthy of victory. So ask yourself, what are you afraid of? Failure? Rejection? Weakness? Now ask yourself, what would happen if you became the very thing you fear? If you feared failure, you'd train until success was inevitable. If you feared rejection, you'd approach life with unshakable confidence. If you feared weakness, you'd forge your body and mind into something unstoppable. That's the secret. You don't conquer fear by hiding from it. You conquer it by turning it into your weapon. The world doesn't reward the timid. It rewards those who stare into the darkness and say, I will master this. Every legend, every champion, every unstoppable force of nature was once afraid. But they didn't let that stop them. They used it as fuel. And now it's your turn. Stop waiting for courage. Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's the will to act despite it. So step into the fire, embrace the struggle, become what you fear. And once you do, nothing will ever hold you back again. Fear is not weakness leaving your body. It's your soul screaming directions at you. The things that make your hands shake and your stomach tighten aren't random. They're signposts written in your own blood telling you exactly where you need to go. When you feel that primal resistance towards something, that's when you know you found gold. The average coward runs from this feeling, but warriors understand this is the universe testing who you really are. That voice telling you this is dangerous isn't warning you away. It's showing you the path to your evolution. Your fear is the only honest map you'll ever get in this life of fakes and liars. Most people spend their lives numbing their fears with distractions and excuses, never realizing they're medicating their greatness away. They think fear is the enemy when really it's their most loyal advisor. That terror you feel looking at your dreams isn't because they're too big. It's because you're still too small. The gap between where you are and where you need to be is measured in fear. Every pound of it you carry is another pound of strength waiting to be claimed. The gym isn't just where you build muscle. It's where you go to murder the weak version of yourself. Business isn't just about making money. It's about executing the loser who thought you'd never be shit. Civilization has turned men into fear avoidance machines. When we were designed to be fear-hunting predators, your ancestors didn't conquer continents by playing it safe. They followed their fear into battle and came out as kings. That anxiety you feel isn't anxiety at all. It's your DNA remembering what you're capable of. When your heart pounds before a big moment, that's not panic. That's your body preparing for war. The modern world calls this stress, but ancient warriors called this focus. You're not having a crisis. You're having a calling. That pit in your stomach isn't there to stop you. It's there to launch you. The reason most people never level up is because they misinterpret fear as a stop sign when it's really a starting line. Poverty should scare you into building wealth. Weakness should terrify you into training. Loneliness should haunt you into becoming remarkable. Your fears aren't obstacles. They're the curriculum for your transformation. Every champion was once a coward who decided to use fear as fuel instead of an excuse. That voice saying you can't isn't there to limit you. It's there to show you exactly what needs to be destroyed. Your doubts are just unpaid bills from the version of yourself you owe the world. There are two types of pain in this world: the pain of discipline and the pain of regret. Fear is simply the crossroads between them. That nervous energy before a fight isn't your enemy. It's your energy waiting to be weaponized. The greatest athletes don't eliminate their fear. They harness it like nuclear power. The most successful entrepreneurs don't ignore risk. They calculate it like artillery fire. When you learn to read your fear like a tactical map, that's when you become unstoppable. The masses see fear as the end of the road when it's really the starting pistol for those brave enough to run. Your fear response is the most accurate GPS you'll ever own. It points directly at what matters most. If something doesn't scare you, it's not worth doing. The size of your fear is the size of your opportunity. Small dreams don't trigger panic attacks. World-changing purpose does. When you find yourself terrified of a goal, that's how you know it's the right one. Comfort is the enemy of progress, and fear is the alarm clock waking you from mediocrity. The moment you stop running from fear is the moment you start riding it like a weapon. This is why weak men hate their fears, while kings thank them. Your fear is the only mentor that will never lie to you. It doesn't care about your excuses or your childhood trauma. It only cares about truth. When you learn to stop negotiating with your fear and start following it, that's when you become dangerous. The path to everything you want is paved with everything you're afraid of. Most people die having never met their true potential because they spent their whole lives taking detours around fear instead of marching straight through it. You don't find purpose by playing it safe. You find it by letting your fear drag you, kicking and screaming, into your destiny. Discomfort is the price of entry for a life worth living. Look around at the people who settle for average jobs, average relationships, average bodies. They are all victims of comfort addiction. They traded their potential for temporary ease, and now they wonder why life feels empty. You were not put on this earth to be comfortable. You were put here to conquer. The fire that burns in your chest when you face hardship is not there to destroy you. It's there to forge you into something unbreakable. The modern world has become a comfort trap, designed to keep you docile and dependent. From instant gratification to endless entertainment, everything is engineered to make you soft. But here's the brutal truth. Comfort is the enemy of progress. Every time you choose the easy option, you weaken your spirit. Every time you avoid the struggle, you deny yourself growth. The most dangerous drug in the world isn't cocaine or heroin. It's comfort. It slowly kills your ambition, drains your energy, and destroys your will to fight. But when you learn to embrace discomfort, you activate a primal power that has been dormant inside you. Suddenly, cold showers become invigorating. Early mornings become empowering. Hard work becomes addictive. You stop running from pain and start chasing it because you understand that pain is the only thing that can transform you. Your brain is wired to resist discomfort because it sees it as a threat to survival. But in today's world, discomfort is no longer a threat. It's the gateway to evolution. When you push through the resistance of waking up early, you train your mind to dominate laziness. When you force yourself to work when you don't feel like it, you build discipline that most people will never know. When you stare fear in the face and take action anyway, you develop courage that cannot be faked. These small daily battles are what separate the winners from the losers. The person you will become in 5 years is determined by the discomforts you willingly embrace today. Most people avoid discomfort at all costs and then wonder why they stay stuck in the same miserable cycle year after year. Don't be most people. Discomfort is the only true measuring stick for growth. If you're not uncomfortable, you're not growing. Period. The burning in your lungs during a sprint, the ache in your muscles after lifting weights, the mental fatigue of learning a new skill, these are all signals that you're expanding your limits. The moment something becomes easy, it's time to level up. Champions aren't born. They're made through thousands of hours of deliberate discomfort. The reason most people never achieve greatness isn't because they lack talent or opportunity. It's because they lack the willingness to endure prolonged discomfort. They want the results without the struggle, the victory without the fight. But life doesn't work that way. Every worthwhile achievement in history was bought with blood, sweat, and tears. There are no shortcuts, only hard paths that most are too weak to walk. The discomfort you avoid today becomes the regret you live with tomorrow. That workout you skipped becomes the weakness you hate in the mirror. That difficult conversation you avoided becomes the failed relationship. That business risk you didn't take becomes the financial struggle you can't escape. Every time you choose comfort over growth, you dig your own grave of mediocrity. But when you embrace discomfort, you take control of your destiny. You stop being a passive observer of your life and become the architect of your future. It treats everyone the same. The only difference between those who succeed and those who fail is their relationship with discomfort. Winners see discomfort as a challenge to overcome. Losers see it as a reason to quit. When you change how you view discomfort, you change everything. Suddenly, obstacles become opportunities. Struggles become stepping stones. Pain becomes power. This mental shift is what separates the elite from the average. The most successful people in any field aren't necessarily the most talented. They're just the ones who learn to love the grind that others avoid. They understand that on the other side of discomfort is everything you've ever wanted. The ultimate truth is this: you will never outperform your tolerance for discomfort. Your income, your relationships, your health, your happiness, all are limited by how much discomfort you're willing to endure. The good news, your capacity for discomfort is like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it becomes. Start small, but start now. Take the cold shower. Have the difficult conversation. Work the extra hour. Push past the mental resistance. Every time you do this, you expand your ability to handle greater challenges. Before long, you'll look back and realize that what once terrified you now excites you. The discomforts that break most people will become the fuel that drives you. This is how ordinary men become legends, not by avoiding the struggle, but by embracing it so completely that the struggle becomes their advantage. The choice is yours. Remain comfortable and weak, or embrace discomfort and become unstoppable. Weakness is not just an inconvenience. It is the cancer of the soul that eats away at your potential until nothing remains but regret. Every moment you tolerate weakness within yourself, you are actively choosing to betray the best version of you that could exist. The world does not reward the weak. It preys on them. Look around. Every system, every hierarchy, every power structure is designed to exploit those who lack the strength to resist. You were not born to be a victim of this system. You were born to dominate it. But domination does not come from wishing or hoping. It comes from the ruthless eradication of every weak thought, weak habit, and weak tendency that holds you back. Thomas is not pretty, but neither is life when you are at the bottom looking up at those who had the discipline to do what you refuse to. The first weakness you must destroy is the illusion that you have time. Time is not on your side. It is the fire that is already burning through the limited days you have left. Most people waste their lives waiting for the perfect moment to change, but the perfect moment does not exist. There is only now. Every second you spend hesitating is another second your competition uses to surpass you. Weakness thrives in delay, but strength is built in the relentless pursuit of action. You do not get stronger by thinking about lifting weights. You get stronger by lifting them until your muscles scream and your mind begs you to quit. The same applies to every aspect of life. The weak wait for motivation. The strong create it through sheer force of will. Stop waiting for the stars to align. Align yourself with the discipline required to succeed no matter what. Your mind is either your greatest weapon or your worst enemy. There is no middle ground. Weakness begins in the thoughts you allow to fester unchecked. Doubt, fear, laziness. These are not just passing emotions. They are the cracks in your foundation that will eventually cause your collapse. You cannot afford to entertain weakness in your mind any more than a soldier can afford to hesitate on the battlefield. The moment you accept a weak thought as truth is the moment you surrender control of your destiny. Train your mind like a weapon. Attack negativity with absolute aggression. When doubt whispers that you are not good enough, respond with action that proves it wrong. When fear tells you to back down, double down instead. The mind adapts to whatever you feed it. Feed it victory, and it will demand nothing less. Physical weakness is a choice, not a circumstance. Your body is a reflection of your discipline, or lack thereof. The way you train, the way you eat, the way you push through exhaustion. These are not just habits. They are declarations of who you are. A weak body houses a weak spirit. You cannot expect to dominate in business, in relationships, in life, if you cannot even dominate your own physical form. The gym is not just a place to build muscle. It is a battleground where you prove to yourself daily that you are not like the weak masses who quit when things get hard. Pain is not your enemy. It is the test that separates you from those who will never know what it means to truly be strong. Every drop of sweat is another ounce of weakness leaving your body forever. Financial weakness is self-inflicted slavery. Money is not evil. The lack of it is. The world is designed to keep you poor, distracted, and dependent unless you fight back with relentless intensity. The weak believe money is out of their control. The strong understand that wealth is attracted to those who refuse to be victims of their circumstances. You do not need luck. You need leverage. Every skill you master, every connection you build, every risk you take is a step toward financial freedom. The weak cling to security. The strong create their own. Poverty is not just a lack of money. It is a mindset that must be destroyed if you ever want to experience true power. Stop blaming the system and start exploiting it. Emotional weakness is the silent killer of dreams. The need for approval, the fear of rejection, the inability to handle criticism. These are the chains that keep most people trapped in mediocrity. You cannot control how others perceive you, but you can control how you respond. The strong do not crumble under pressure. They use it as fuel. Every insult, every setback, every betrayal is an opportunity to prove that you are unbreakable. The weak seek constant validation. The strong validate themselves through action. Stop caring about the opinions of those who are not where you want to be. Your emotions should serve you, not control you. Master them, or they will master you. The destruction of weakness is not a one-time event. It is a daily war. There is no finish line, no moment when you can finally relax and consider the battle won. Weakness is always waiting for an opportunity to return, and it will take advantage of any lapse in discipline. You must attack it every single day without exception. The moment you stop growing, you start dying. The strong understand this. They do not fight weakness out of obligation, but out of necessity. To tolerate weakness is to accept a life of regret. And you were not put on this earth to accept anything less than everything you are capable of. The choice is simple. Destroy weakness or let it destroy you. There is no third option. Life operates on one brutal principle. You either dominate or you get dominated. There is no neutral ground, no safe space, no participation trophy for simply existing. The world is a hierarchy, and every interaction is a test of strength. Look at nature. The lion does not negotiate with the gazelle. The shark does not apologize for being a predator. Weakness is punished without mercy, while strength is rewarded beyond measure. This is not cruelty. It is the fundamental law of reality. You were not put on this earth to be average, to be passive, to be content with scraps from the table of those who dared to take what they wanted. Every moment you spend hesitating is another moment someone else is claiming what should be yours. The game does not stop because you are not ready. You either learn to play or you become collateral damage in someone else's victory. Domination begins in the mind. The battlefield is not out there. It is inside your own head. The weak are ruled by fear, doubt, and excuses. The strong are ruled by discipline, focus, and an unshakable belief in their own power. You cannot dominate anything external until you first dominate your internal world. Every thought you allow to take root becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Think like prey and you will be eaten. Think like a predator and you will feast. This is not metaphor. It is the literal truth of how success operates. The world does not care about your feelings or your limitations. It responds only to those who command it through sheer force of will. Your mind must become a fortress, impenetrable to negativity, unshakable in the face of adversity, relentless in the pursuit of victory. Anything less is surrender. Physical domination is the foundation of all power. Your body is the vessel through which your will manifests. And if it is weak, your entire existence will be weak. The gym is not optional. It is the proving ground where boys become men and losers become champions. Every drop of sweat is another brick in the wall that separates you from the mediocre masses. The world belongs to those who can endure the most. And you will either build that capacity or be crushed by those who did. Financial domination is the ultimate form of freedom. Money is not just currency. It is power, influence, and control. The weak believe money is evil. The strong understand that poverty is the real crime. The system is designed to keep you dependent unless you break free through sheer force of intelligence and effort. You do not need luck. You need leverage. Every skill you acquire, every connection you make, every risk you take is a step toward financial sovereignty. The rich do not work for money. They make money work for them. This is not theory. It is the cold, hard reality of economic warfare. You will either learn the rules of the game and play to win, or you will spend your life as a pawn in someone else's empire. The choice is yours, but the consequences are unavoidable. Social domination is the art of commanding respect without begging for it. Weakness is repulsive. Strength is magnetic. People do not follow titles or credentials. They follow power. Your presence must demand attention. Your words must carry weight. Your actions must inspire others to rise to your level. The weak seek validation. The strong validate themselves. You do not need everyone to like you. You need everyone to respect you. This is not about arrogance. It is about understanding human nature. Hierarchy is ingrained in our DNA, and you will either climb to the top or be stepped on by those who do. Social dynamics are not a democracy. They are a dictatorship, where the strong dictate the terms and the weak comply. Master this or be mastered by it. Emotional domination is the final frontier of true power. The weak are slaves to their feelings. The strong use their emotions as fuel. Anger becomes focus. Fear becomes action. Doubt becomes determination. You cannot control what happens to you, but you can control how you respond. Every setback is a setup for a comeback if you have the mental toughness to see it through. The world will test you. It will push you to your limits and beyond. Most people break. The few who don't become legends. Your emotions are not your identity. They are tools to be wielded with precision. Master them, or they will master you. The clock is ticking. Every second you waste is another second your competition uses to surpass you. Domination is not a destination, it is a way of life. You do not achieve it once and then relax. You fight for it every single day. The weak will tell you this is too extreme, that balance is the key, that moderation is virtuous. They are wrong. History is written by the dominant, by those who refused to settle, who demanded more, who took what they wanted because they knew no one would give it to them. You are either moving forward or falling behind. There is no standing still. Dominate or be dominated. The choice is yours, but choose wisely because the stakes are nothing less than the life you were meant to live.